Hello and welcome to Tally the Votes Big Brother 28 weekly coverage. I am Jamie and I am here with Christy, David, and Brian. And we're going to give you the scoop on everything that is scoopable in this week of Big Brother. We're going to start with our HOH, and it's D. And she decides that she's going to nominate Taylor, Lala, and Drew. Mal goes up as replacement because my winner's pick, Lala, gets the veto. And it's the cringiest veto we've probably had in close to a decade. But we're here for it.
It wasn't even close in the winner. She won by so much.
By a lot.
Like 23 tongue swipes more than the second place person. You're like, dang, girl. But I do want to say she is the singer.
I had the same exact thought.
Right? She's the singer. Her tongue.
Yeah, there was a lot
going on. She was
on.
single when this started. She might not be anymore.
She's. I feel like we all might be a little pregnant after watching that veto. That was a lot. Okay, yeah, definitely something to see. But yeah, it was hilarious when I wasn't covering my eyes.
Right.
I really did love the hip to hip hit. Probably Barrett's highlight in the house. Honestly, there was.
Yeah, he was so much better. It must have been just the length of his legs. He got a better stance. But
he's a tall guy. Yeah,
that really would have hurt after a while. I could see where D was like, "This hurts." Slamming yourself side to side. It's not great.
Yeah, I think the closest one that we've had to that in years. Remember Brittany and the thing where she had to shake her head back and forth? That was
not Brittany Haynes, herself.
But yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was similar. It was similar.
Yeah,
insanity. But anyway, yeah.
The most disappointing thing about the Power Veto was that they were back in the 80s, and there were lots and lots of slouchy socks, but not a single leg warmer.
Yeah, no leg warmers, and okay.
Huh? Yeah, that was a lot of Generation Z producers put that together.
Yeah, because I'm going to ask you, to me, when I looked at that, I didn't see the 80s. I saw 1992.
Oh, possibly,
it felt like very early 90s.
All they had to do was look at the Jane Fonda workout video. That's how they went.
I'm telling you.
It was a little bit of the late 80s.
I liked maybe a little Jamie Lee Curtis action.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The leotards were fun. The shorts were fun. But it was a little mix maybe of the decades. They ran into each other a little bit there in 89, 90. But it was a fun veto, cringy as can be. Loved seeing Lala take another win, not just because she's my winner pick, but who doesn't? Who wouldn't?
And
love
this
that?
was a very physical challenge as well. So look at her.
I mean,
they should be afraid.
58's the new 35, I guess.
Yeah, I like it.
She's got 58's looking good on her.
Yeah, she has put a lot of work into her health, and it shows.
When she's kicking the crap out of people half her age, so
yeah, she is. Easily.
Get him, Lala. She just needs to get a little bit better on remembering who she said to what. Or maybe that would help a little bit.
Or what she said to whom.
To whom?
Yes.
To whom?
Her social game's not as on point as her physical game for sure.
Yeah, she's got some room to grow. She really does. Now, speaking of that, there was a lot of drama at the ceremonies and beyond this week. It was filled with a lot of jabs and missing hairbrushes and house flips and microaggressions, and not so much the fun week we had previously with Angela's birthday and the airplane adventures on the live feeds. This was a much different energy in the house and the live feeds all week.
The week was kind of all about truths and lies, was it not?
Yeah, Druths.
Truths,
yes.
and lies.
I think
Yes,
it was,
exactly.
but I think we kind of yada yada over the HOH competition, and I think there's at least one we should talk about on the HOH competition. It is never throw an HOH competition. Never throw an HOH competition. If you're thinking about throwing an HOH competition, don't do it.
Yeah, hey,
Otherwise-
and you know what?
otherwise you feel like that.
Because she decided she didn't want to win.
Yeah, and you know what, David's really funny about that is that 2 asterisks down on my notes that I have here, I say, let's talk about the HOH.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you went past it.
Because what
Never doubt,
happened
David,
in
never
the
doubt.
house and everything that happened with all the drama that was happening in the house, it all stems not because of who won the HOH, but because of who did not win the HOH and who did not use their HOH correctly and is now regretting it. Because when we have an icon in power again, and there's been multiple discussions by Lala, for instance, who did have an HOH about how they need to get rid of the icons. And she had this conversation with everybody when she was an HOH, which is the part that's really hard for me to stomach on all of this, because if you have an HOH and then you're going, well, we really need to get the icons next.
When one of us gets power, we really should.
You're already there. Just do the thing. And then, so we have one person who missed her opportunity as HOH. And then we had not just one, but actually 2 people in the current HOH competition that have openly admitted to throwing it. 2.
Mm-hmm.
2 people that were busy scrambling and ended up crying tonight. So all of this could have been avoided.
Yeah, but I don't think that one of them was Mallory was the closest. And
no, Barrett was like half a second, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was there.
He was
yeah, he was like one step away.
Yeah. But he didn't really admit to everybody. Like Mal was saying it more because she was on the block. I'm assuming it's just because she was on the block, so she had more open regrets about it. But they both talked about throwing it and how they could have gotten it. So don't throw your competitions, as David was saying, which is probably one of the most important things to remember in a game like this, is if you're going to throw a competition, you better damn well know what you're doing with that throw.
I mean,
you
unless
just
you're
don't.
Haley.
Yeah, not
because like
not
no one's
throwing.
no one stands in her home now.
No.
Nobody likes it. They're just going to keep her forever, so she can throw whatever. It doesn't matter. But everybody else,
throwing the competition because you don't know who you're going to put up is just stupid.
It is. It's
I'm sorry.
lazy.
No slam on Mallory. It's just not logical thinking.
It's not logical. It's lazy, and it is cowardly. There was a lot of finger pointing at Dee for being a coward, but honestly, I think it was a little bit like self-reflection coming out. Some projection, because Dee wasn't a coward. She told them what she was going to do, and then she did it. And unfortunately, it was bad for Mal. But like, you willingly lost a competition because you were afraid of getting blood on your hands when you're in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
So
it's a little cart before the horse. You know what I mean? You gotta win the thing first, then you think about it. It doesn't matter. You'll figure it out. You have enough allies in the game. It doesn't matter. You win, then they help you figure it out.
If you truly don't, if you truly don't want to be the person responsible for putting people up, you just go and poll the house and you go, this is who the house wanted up. And it's been done a million times.
Yeah.
And that at least then you get to talk to everyone and you get the information. It just
Yeah. It's just when you have the opportunity to win a competition, you take it and you win it. Now, I understand in something like Survivor, when you are, at one point in the game, you're playing as a tribe, and there's somebody in your tribe that is just messing up life for everybody else. Sometimes they will throw competitions so that they have a reason to be able to get that person out.
I think that's a little different though in Survivor.
I think it's very different.
HOH is a pretty powerful position.
Right. Because when you are a tribe. The tribe is making a decision together. It's not one person calling the beginning of, like a short list. So when you have somebody that is hurting your life back at camp or hurting your life in competitions, it stands to reason that throwing that competition is like it's pruning essentially. So it can be beneficial, but not in Big Brother.
In Survivor, when you're playing with 3 tribes with 6 people maximum on a tribe, you can be pretty darn well sure if you have the votes or not.
Right.
So absent an idol, there's not going to be a spanner to that plan, right?
Right.
The problem with it all is that you're either throwing to people who don't know what they're doing, which is dangerous, or you're throwing to stone cold killers who have played this game before.
Yes.
And you threw to maybe the stone coldest killer in any of these games. And if you knew Dee, she cut her number 1 at the end to win. She, like her telling you something won't happen is no guarantee you'll survive tomorrow.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And I don't think Mallory thought even for a second they had this newly formed alliance. They got the person out that they wanted out that week. They were all very happy, but at no point did she sit there and analyze, wait a minute, if we are this 7, where's my place in that 7? If she had, perhaps she might have tried a little harder. Because I think it was very obvious that she was the one that had some friends that she could flip to if she was the weakest of all, right?
Yeah, that's
Barrett was
really
so
good
naive.
advice. Yeah.
Why did you form that alliance? Well, fake alliances and alliances of convenience are formed daily in this game.
Yeah, sure.
Every week there's a new one that's powerful.
Okay, here's my mini rant. I have to say this.
Okay.
Another one of Mallory's problems is when she found herself in trouble, her number 1 ally, the person she spent all her time with, Melody, sucks at this game. All she does is complain.
True.
She talks big about that person's an MFer and I'm gonna kill them and I hate this and you know what she does about it? Nothing. She does nothing.
That's why she's so mad though, because she can't do anything because she sucks. It's making her more.
If she could win the game by giving great DRs, then she, if that was a skill set that would help you win the game, then great.
How many people did you see Melody go pumping for votes for Mallory once she was on the block?
She did
None.
Not. She did not. Mm-mm.
Like if my ally isn't out there, like Barrett, my winner's pick. God forbid I'm regretting that. Woke up yesterday.
Wait a minute.
Woke up yesterday and put in some work. Melody did 0.
You did. Yep.
She is useless.
It wouldn't have surprised me if Melody would have voted against Mallory at this point. I mean,
where the votes fall.
Just knowing where the votes were going to go wouldn't have surprised me. Barrett at least had the courage of his convictions to do exactly what he told Dee he was going to do, even though he might pay a price for it.
It might have been smart if she would have, because then maybe the bets or the icons wouldn't have looked at her, but she could have done it just to hide that vote. So she's not, knowing full well, I need to flip because these guys are going to.
I told
Jamie, she's
Jamie,
severely weakened at this point. She's now irrelevant.
Yeah.
I told Jamie that from the David Gott school, if I was Lala, I would have went in and voted for Taylor to go, and then went back and say, which one of you all broke our deal? I would have thrown in a chaos vote and tried to blame it on Drew.
The spanner vote is a ridiculously underplayed strategy.
Can I ask you guys something? I've noticed a thing that's happened, especially in the last 2 seasons. It used to be a thing, even when all of the numbers were going to go to one person, and it was fairly clear that your ally was going to get voted out, that you could still, as being openly their number 1 ally, not vote to evict them because you're giving them this sympathy vote and it didn't do anything to harm your game. Why is that like a threat?
Why is it bad now?
Why? Yeah.
I think
because the people on the other side are much better at the game and they're making them feel bad about doing something that is very human.
But I mean, it was last season too. It was that whole idea of you can't vote against the house no matter what.
this vote with the house shit has to stop. Somebody
I
has
agree.
to,
Yeah.
like,
It's
I
like
only
agree.
because
you know,
they're trying to hide within the numbers, right? So they
Yeah.
never are quite sure if they're with them or not, right? Oh yeah, we
but
hung
who
out
are you
together,
with?
but we
Who are you? Who are you if you're with everyone? You're no one. If you're with everyone, you're no one. And just like some respect was given to Yash for telling the truth in that one vote when he didn't try to flip. And people are like, well, Yash didn't try to pull the flip with the icons, and he got respect from that. Even and the icons even are like, I think he's more loyal than Drew, who's running in the middle. Like, I think if you reach a point like Barrett did this week where you say, look, like, guys, I'm not voting her out. She's my number one. Like, she's my friend. I can't look her in the eye and vote her out. Like,
Right.
do with me what you will. But, if people see that and you become a target because of that, that's a narrative you can spin. Like, look at these people. Like, if
Yep.
I can't be loyal to my number one, I have to do what you say. I mean,
Do you think Barrett has finally realized that his crush is not reciprocated?
oh, I think
That
Barrett,
happened in the last 48 hours.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
well,
And
I
for
don't
people
know.
who don't,
She was the head honcho. What if she doesn't have much to do next week? Maybe she'll win him back again.
she'll snuggle him back.
She can
Yeah.
focus on him again.
You're right.
I
That
wouldn't
could
be-
be a thing.
I wouldn't
But
be surprised, honestly.
for those who just watch the CBS and you're not doing a lot with the live feeds, I will tell you that in the last 48 hours, especially the last 24 hours, in fact, last night when the Wednesday night episode was airing, the live feed were still running during the episode, and while that was happening, Barrett was having a conversation with Dee where he started asking her questions point blank. He was not being passive aggressive. He's just asking her and wanting the answers. And he was watching her and you could tell he wasn't buying it. Like light bulbs were going off and you could see where he was going, the icons are going to win this game. It was definitely happening. So Brian, you caught a little bit more of the conversation on that than I did. Was there anything like really specific that?
Well, the thing that really burned his ass was he said, I put in all this work to get them close to you, and immediately, like, we don't even last a week and you turn on it and you do this. He's like, what's the point of the mosh pit? It didn't last a week. And I think he was really frustrated that they kept saying, go pull the girls in, go pull the girls in.
Right. And
they go pull the girls in and immediately shank one of them. And of course,
I think
they vouched
he was
for
naive
him,
enough to
basically.
do
Come
that.
on.
That's,
Yeah.
right. But
it's clear
but
he's not a student of the game because
Yeah.
you can't walk around with a 7-person alliance with 9 people in the house and
well,
expect.
I give him this much grace. There's people that those people hate that you would have expected them to take out. And here's the thing.
But
Here's
again,
the other thing.
Haley is a waste of time.
No,
Not Haley.
David. No,
Not
David.
Haley.
Take out Yash.
Mm-hmm.
You would expect them to take out Yash. He's the biggest threat in the game. Now, here's
Icons?
the thing.
Why is he a
Yeah.
threat, though, other than physical?
He's the biggest physical threat in
He
the
doesn't
house.
have any allies.
Well,
though.
he's a
So
physical
who
threat,
is
but
he
he
going to,
also.
without a voting block, he's just a guy that can win a challenge.
But it's because Yash is what Drew wants to be. Yash is the guy that's in between, but he's open in between. So there isn't secrets he has to hold. No one's angry at him because he's lying to them. I mean, he obviously is, but it doesn't appear like he is.
Yash
He's
is
in the
also
position
good with
Drew has tried to
everybody.
be in all season. And I am not a huge fan of Yash, but his game has been like amplified since Kamu went. He really started catching on to his odds.
Sure. But if you're sitting in Dee's shoes and Mallory is saying, I'd put up all 3 icons, and she's won challenges and she's played well, you get rid of her.
Yeah, no, I don't.
If she wanted to put up the icons, keep quiet about it till you have power.
Okay,
I have a thought on that with Mal, though. I kind of wonder how much of it is Dee's like, Mal's the best choice for me. A lot of me feels like Dee chose Mal because that's who Devins really wanted.
Well, Devins was driving the vote.
Devins.
There's no question this was Devins'
This was
choice.
not a
And this was a
HOH at all.
much better
Yeah.
move for Devins than
Definitely.
it was for D, because all the anger will remain on D and
Yep.
Devon's does.
Yeah.
I mean, what the casual people didn't see is all this week Devon's has hung out with Barrett and Drew and been like, man, I'm really disappointed in D for doing this. Like it's
he's galvanizing those boys to him. He's put stink on D for other people in the house.
Well, and that's the only way he's going to beat her. She's played a better game up to this point,
but here's the thing. She did exactly what he said. It was last week in some of these vote flips. They've been him figuring out a move they could make, him taking it to her going, okay, and they do it. He's playing a better game than her. And I know a lot of the fandom doesn't like him, but he is schooling them right now. And yeah.
But,
he is, but here's the danger. And Jamie and I talked about this the other day. Like if the people in this house were better players, they were messy enough. This is the kind of week where like this goes bad. And like they lucked out tonight, but this could have went really bad.
Well, if they all got together,
messy
they could have got Angela out for sure.
But like, you know, you have Haley, who's a non-factor. You have Melody, who's a non-factor. You have Yosh, who's been neutralized. And then you have,
that was such a game-changing move for them.
I mean, kudos to her.
Listen, it helps him because now they'll want to keep him around because he can't target them.
Yep.
Right.
Saves
so
him.
So he can go all the way to like final 5, probably. At this, right? Because as long as he doesn't win HOH, he's safe because they're going to keep him there as long as
just in case he wins the next one. Yeah.
Yep. So
did
good for
anybody
him.
Else think
good for them.
Think the wording though on what she made him promise left him a little wiggle room?
No.
Because she said you won't target any of us as long as the numbers make sense.
The production made them say that.
She only said that one time out of the repeated, you do not put the 3 of us up as long as you win HOH. The next HOH that you win.
They apparently both went and met with production, and production said like that's fine until we get to where like if he was HOH, he would have to.
So that's what she meant by that. In other words, if one of them needs to go up, he can't be held to that.
Correct. Right. Yes. Exactly.
And the question will be then is, can it only be Angela or Devon's, or can it also be her? And I think it breaks then. Another interesting question raised this week is, if you vote D out, is the deal dead against the other two? I would argue it is, because she's the one that made the deal.
But he's already, as long as he fulfills the deal, he gets the money. If he doesn't fulfill the deal and then he gets HOH and puts up Angela and Devon's because she's not there,
right? But
he doesn't get the money.
But I mean, the wording of it is you can't break the contract. Like he can't. It's binding on him. It's not binding on her. But by not being binding on her,
I think as long as he's there or whatever his next HOH is,
it'll be interesting to see. But I mean, like I give the icons a lot of credit, but they were messy, super messy this week.
Yeah, they were slipping a little bit. And I will say too that an additive to this, and it's something we need to touch on anyway, was during this nomination ceremony, like the Drew popping out with the finger pointing and the accusations of who said what was sufficient to get the attention off of him a little bit. But what was very interesting in all of it is that the entire thing really boiled down to, what did Lala say or not say? And in the end, what we got was Lala said Devon's needs to go. But Devon's did not go, I'm going after Lala once. Once. Not in his DRs. He wasn't telling other people, I'm going to go after Lala.
No, that was her whole defense was, no, I meant Devon's. It's like, dude, she said his name.
Yeah, like literally his name, not the icons. And
many times in front of everyone.
The best part about this whole thing, because there's a lot of really bad, ugly crap that came out of this. But one really great moment did come out of this. And that is when Angela is trying to talk to Lala. And Lala says, no, I said the icons, not you.
Yeah,
Right?
I like that too.
And
I like
Angela's
that
like,
too.
Dead. I'm dead.
agree.
Like,
I agree. Well, but you know what? This was a ray of hope, I think, for Angela too, because she sees I've done well aligning myself with these two because they are way bigger threats, and I can just pretend that I'm not a threat, right?
yeah.
Even though she's been there the entire time with them, making
Yeah.
moves with them. So,
And then it gets really rough because Taylor did stand up for herself in there because she was, in fact, when at the point that Drew was accusing her, she was in the shower. But she was a part of the conversation
but the
earlier.
thing that the disconnect here that could have ended it all, but he would not say it was, well, I know that you were saying it when I wasn't in there because Melody told me.
There you go.
Okay.
You know what that reminds me of?
It's just, Drew, you didn't hear me say it. I didn't say it
Yeah.
when you were in the
Well,
room. And I
and
felt like that's what she was
Taylor's-
trying to get him to take the bait on that, but I don't know.
Taylor's really angry response made her look very guilty, in my opinion.
Well,
He
loud
reacted
voices,
so forcefully.
loud
against it.
voices do tend to make one think about like the defense level. But here's where some of this is an issue, is that the live feeds were down during this ceremony.
Yeah.
So everything we know about it has been told secondhand, third hand, but it's through all the conversations that they've had throughout the week. And not just from Taylor or Lala's point of view, it does sound like the pushing against Taylor and Lala went on much longer than it was obviously in the clip. So by the time she jumped in,
that they were so worked up.
it was everyone was already really worked up. But the interesting thing I wanted to point out on this is that what you just said, David, is that the missing factor was it David or was it Chrissy? But that Mel said, you weren't there for this conversation, but Mel said, and Drew has been a part of something like this once already. And that was between Angela and Jason.
Right.
Because
and he believes the one, yeah.
Because Drew was the one that Jason told that I was faking it, but Angela said,
so is that why
he
wouldn't? So you think that might be the reason he wouldn't out Melody? I think he cares about Melody and wants to keep her in the game.
He was just protecting,
He didn't want to throw her name out there, but they were like, but she was insistent that like, you didn't know. And I'm supposed he was like, yeah, maybe I don't, but I completely trust Melody. But you can't say that in the game, right?
Yeah, well, which is so silly because these alliances are no longer secret, you know.
I mean, lines have been drawn, and I just want to say maybe this would be a good place to either take a break, so that because we're going to get into a conversation. Is that okay with you guys?
We're going to get into a conversation.
Mark the time.
Get a drink, and we'll see you back here in just a minute when the commercials are done. All right, we are back. I hope you enjoyed that commercial break because we're going to take just a quick minute here to kind of touch on some of the uglier sides of this game in general, but specifically this week where a lot of fan favorites really dropped in their stocks this week. And it wasn't because of the gameplay. It was because of the personal play. So let's just say that there was many different conversations where there started out to be just a little bit of the bully pulpit stuff, which Christy, David, we've been doing this for a long time. We talked about Survivor. We've talked about Big Brother for years. But we all agree that there comes a point every single season or nearly every season where somebody has to go. And in order for everybody to convince themselves that that person has to go, something happens in their brain. And suddenly that person is enemy number one for no real flippin' reason. They can't sit right, they can't look right, they can't walk right, they can't make their dinner right.
I think it happens most weeks to a degree or another. I mean, look at 3 weeks ago, Haley couldn't say anything that, you know what I'm saying? She was public enemy
That's because everything Haley said was asshole.
But now they're ignoring. Now they're ignoring her and no one's bothered by her.
Well, they are. But
that's not the issue. The issue is you can't do or say anything when you're not in the power structure.
There it is. Yeah.
Like the people in the power structure can do anything. Like, I'm sorry. And, if you have kids listening, mute this for about 10 seconds. But, if Angela Murray can yell, fuck you, bitch, to somebody and yell at a room full of people and point in their face, and nobody
Who did
goes,
she yelled at?
Oh, at Haley. Like after the vote flip,
did.
and say like super personal things and scream and yell and get and stand up. And then people go hug her because she cries.
Yep.
And that's okay. But then Taylor gets up and does it, and nobody goes, hey, let's sort this out. Taylor actually tries and goes to sort it out, and it's shut down. All the while, racial comments are made. A comment's made, her and Lala need to just cook and clean. That they don't, they don't even deserve to be here. They wish people were here that would play. There was some really hard stuff to see.
Referring to Taylor's personality as uppity.
Yeah.
There was some pretty bad, is it the worst we've ever seen in the Big Brother house when it comes to microaggression or just straight up aggression or racism?
Okay,
no,
can I ask you
but
a
it was running up close.
Who said uppity?
I'm going to let you guess. It was Haley.
Oh, okay. So I'm not surprised that, because I was about to be real disappointed. But then that tracks. Okay.
And the number 2 worst offender this week is absolutely Drew. Drew has said stuff like the girls were going to go talk to Taylor, and he's like, do you want me to go with you, be your bodyguard?
Yeah.
And not joking, not like, haha, like, she walked by and he's like, she walked by in the backyard and he was like, I hate her. I can't even stand to look at her. I wish she was gone. She doesn't deserve to be here.
He's telling the girls that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was yucky.
And that's not a word I love to get thrown around. I mean, I didn't love it when Mallory said it about Dee either.
Yeah,
you're mad you put it up, but I hate her. Boy, that's tough.
It's some
hold on a second.
Gross stuff.
Drew being on the block and also against Taylor. You don't think there was anything of him trying to drive the vote to make sure that they didn't vote? He
worked it in every conversation when Taylor walked by. Like it was like if you went online and watched, like his stock absolutely plummeted with people who were hopeful, like he was this goofy kid who would do something. He came across, yes, like
it's been kind of rough to watch. Like it's one of those where I was like, okay, I'm like really mad at him for saying the things that he's saying, but also like I'm a little bit sad for him because I don't think that he even recognizes how bad he just slipped up in the world he really wants to be a part of.
He's going to come out of this house. I mean, I'll just say this, and I think we probably should move on in the interest of time. I'll just say this. He's put himself in such a position and been so nasty that the world he wants to jump into, which is like the RHAP people and all that, they have just categorically fried his ass. And he said such terrible, nasty stuff that Taylor's own brother on social media said, don't worry, sis, I can handle this. I don't need guns, just fists.
Yeah, it's gotten bad. It's gotten bad. Now she's got little brothers and big brothers that are going to come in, and I don't want that.
And that's my winner's pick too.
And that's your winner's pick. But you want to know what, David? Your winner's pick stock went sky high this week. She was like, she's number 1 in the stock. So she's got this. She can do this.
She's playing a pretty good game. She was a little messy when she first got put on the block, but she got herself under control by the time it mattered.
Now, what was it that Taylor Hale said? She posted something on Blue Sky and Twitter too.
She said, like, I didn't want to have to go through all this, to see it happen again. Like, why did I go through all this in Big Brother?
And she was absolutely bullied.
Yeah.
But we saw that in the show.
Yeah, what Taylor went through was one of the hardest things I've ever sat and watched. It made me sick to my stomach on a daily. But there was some moments that really felt like this. And honestly, a lot of people were rooting for Drew to not win tonight. not just because to see him fail. It's just like, you need to get out of there and assess yourself for a minute. Like,
Well, this was the
because
last pre-jury eviction, so he'll be around. He'll be on jury now, regardless of when
sure,
he goes out, right?
sure.
Yeah.
But I really do hope that
So he still won't be able to evaluate himself.
I really do hope that there is some time for him to listen or take something in. Like, everybody deserves a chance to grow. Like, honestly, everyone deserves, when you know better, you do better, right? Unfortunately, for some people in the house, like Haley, she is not interested in learning anything. Taylor has tried to talk to her very calmly and tried to explain, like, hey, like, when you say certain things, it's seen like this. And she's not interested in it, and she goes and she complains to Angela about it, and now Angela's all on her side because Angela went through that on her season, and it's yucky. It's yucky. It makes it harder to root for these people.
It's just been like, you guys got me into this show. This is the most demoralized I've been watching it this week. Yes. I did.
I'm sorry for
made
that.
me sad. It made me angry. And I encourage anyone, if you want to see what Taylor's going through, because Taylor controls herself very well, there's a moment she breaks down in the pod and says exactly what she's going through, and you understand it. She's like, if I stay in my pod, you say you never come out of my pod. If I go out of my pod, nobody talks to me. If I walk in a room, people stop talking. If I say something wrong, then I'm this. She's like, I can't, I'm damned if I do, and I'm damned if I don't.
Yeah.
And, like, I there's a lot of fun stuff about this game. I didn't find anything fun this week. It was hard to watch. And
It was.
I found myself, instead of being like, I wonder what they're doing, going, I hate that person and I want them gone.
Yeah.
And I don't want to watch something that makes me feel that way.
No.
Yeah,
but and a lot of longtime feed watchers have kind of chimed in too, where it's like, can we just stop doing this? Can we just stop doing this in the game, please? Like, so yeah, it was definitely yucky. It felt great to have Lala win veto through all of that. BB15, BB Bean was absolutely the worst. We don't even talk about that season because it's the worst.
Bean, I will give you super duper credit. You get +1, because I think that's the season Jamie sent me a clip from and said, if you think this is bad, watch this.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, I would have been really mad, but
it was ugly. It was an ugly time in the Big Brother house.
But that being said, Taylor's safe, and let's hope the house readjusts and we get an interesting thing. And by the way, guys, what are you going to do with your 3 days off?
Oh, just sit here and say cuss words to Julie Chen under my breath all day? Don't tell me to go outside, Julie. Don't tell me to go do... This is Big Brother season. We don't do those things.
Oh, you're talking about for Labor Day weekend? Is that what we're talking about?
No, there's no live feeds till Sunday.
There's no feeds.
For
my God.
whole days.
Yeah, they're cutting.
So that saves me from having to save you guys DMs every 6 hours going, what's going on?
I had no idea. I was like, what are you guys talking about?
They said it at the end of the show.
Okay, well, yes.
He advised you to go outside and enjoy nature.
So I guess 3 days, the feeds are getting turned off.
This is their big celebration and all the things.
No, for the twist. They don't want the twist to get exposed.
Well, it's the big twist. So what'd she say? No HOH, no veto competition,
and
no battle back.
Okay, I understand. I like the idea of being surprised. If we can still go back and watch those live feeds, because you want to see how it went down. But
they'll probably show some of it.
Well, they'll show it the way they want to show it. You know what I mean?
Okay, so let's talk about this. I want to know the predictions.
If it's an America Votes thing, then I'm jumping on the conspiracy.
I don't think it is because I don't think it is because she said that it's the way it sounded like it was almost going to be like a last person standing kind of thing.
Maybe the Velociraptor's coming back.
Well, we saw who was there. Who were the 4 that were up there?
Brittany, Tiffany, Martinez, Josh, and the pretty one.
It was Cody, Keanu. Yeah.
Was that Keanu?
The twinkly.
I thought that
No.
was Josh Martinez. I couldn't tell with that thing on.
Okay.
Sorry.
So
Keanu was there, but that
okay,
wasn't
so
him.
is there a part of you, Brian?
It was Josh.
We didn't talk about this because we're at the end of the episode and we were busy cursing the 3-day hold. But Brian, do you suspect that maybe we could possibly be seeing something that's sort of like D&D, like a live action D&D 3-day D&D game? With the medieval theme and Keanu, the D&D dungeon master being there.
I'll tell you what I thought. Like when I first saw it, I thought like, is this going to be like endurance chess, where like the icons up top, like the BB players, like basically do like a game of Simon Says, and all the players are like on a chessboard. And they're like the king and queen looking down on the subject saying, okay, now you move to here and you have to do this. And it's like people go until they drop out.
So kind of like traders, like the traders chess, like when they had,
Yeah, but instead of like guess a person, it's going to be like some sort of task you have to do. Yeah, like hey, you have to go be slimed for 5 minutes. Or
the first thing I thought is it was going to be some form of jousting.
Well, maybe not.
But it's going to be a 3 days of whatever this is.
In the idea of the medieval tournament style,
do you really think it's going on for 3 days, or do you think they just don't want to take it out?
Yeah,
like they're filming it tonight or tomorrow, and they just don't want to take it out before.
I think that the entire process is probably going to be at least 2 days.
This is janky world all over again. 3 days of them being outside, but I think it's going to be tournament style. I think it's going to be
knockout, like
right.
But I think they're gonna play them. They're gonna set up, the king and queens are gonna set up like who goes against who or something. The pretty one. No.
The pretty one. Okay, BB means 7 says the pretty one.
Wait.
WTF, Christy? You must have been watching all of his Christmas movies.
Okay, who are we talking about? Cody.
Yeah, when you said the pretty one, Cody.
No idea. No, I had no idea he had Christmas movies. I literally just didn't remember his name. And I was like, whatever. Sorry.
Little secret you need to know about Christy is if there's a twinkle.
Dean already knows.
If there's a twinkle,
Cody does not in fact have the twinkle. I will let it be known. Cody does not have the twinkle.
It's like a pretty face, but like if he started talking, hold on. Once he starts talking, unlike Boston Rob, there's not real charm.
Right. Yes. Right. There's nothing.
Sorry.
Take a drink. Boston Rob mentioned.
It's been a minute. We've done so good though.
To have the real twinkle, you have to have the look and the swagger to back it up. You got to have some sort of. You got to Matthew McConaughey that. All right. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. It's like Timothy Oliphant. Twinkle.
A little bit of a twinkle.
So can I ask you all a question? I want to ask you all a question. Like, I think for my money right now, Devins is playing the best game.
I agree. He's right up on top.
But like, if we take the icons out, who do you think is the person in the best position in the house?
Yash.
True.
My girl Taylor.
True.
Oh, we got a spread here, guys. Wow. Okay.
That's really interesting. I definitely don't think it's Barrett. It's not Melody.
No.
If Taylor rallies, she's got a chance. But I think it's Yash because that bribe.
Yes.
Here's what I think is interesting. I want to run this by you. That's week's over.
Top 5 for them.
This week's over. The icons took out who they wanted to. Actually, that's true, Bean. She got the hell out of that house quick. She's the big winner of the season. I think Yash is in a good place because I think this week is the time. Now that he sees the architecture of the house and he knows Barrett really is committed to moving, now's the time for Yash to lay it out that he was bribed to save all 3 of them. Like he's not said that. So when everybody hears,
it's just D. That's all he's.
But you know what he needs to do? He needs to then be one of the 2 finalists for the HOH, and he should throw it. and then somebody else could put them up. Because this is the person who will win if it's not an icon. It'll be the person who leads the charge against the icons.
Yes.
Somebody's got to step up and do it. And Lala wants to do it, but no one will follow her.
Right.
But I think what he's got to do is if he's in first place, he needs to look over his shoulder and see who's in second place.
Right. And,
and
literally
icon,
just stop and make a big show on letting him win.
But if it's an icon, I think you say, screw it, win it, because I can't take a chance of what they'll do. But
I don't think he will. Why does he have to?
He doesn't have to, but he's going to run out of numbers.
I don't think it matters, though. I think they will take him.
Well, one is going to go home in whatever this gimmick is,
break as
right?
Well.
Right.
One's going to go home in the gimmick, so that's going to leave 8. That means the HOA has to nominate 3, a backdoor's 4. He's 5, so there's only 3 people you can keep safe. So
I would like to mention
he doesn't want to win the next one.
Yeah, I would like to mention there is a real danger for Yash that's sitting out there. And that is anybody knowing about him being able to protect any icon makes him as bad as the icon and easier to cut than the icons from where they're sitting. We know that he could be cut just as easy as the icons can be cut. But in their position and their psychological setting right now, the icons have all of this power, so they're just bidding to their power, basically. But if he's with them, if he's going to protect them, well, how do we hurt them? We get rid of him. So Yash is in danger from the other players. He's not in danger from the icons.
Unless one of them wins HOH, then he can tell them, go after the icons.
Yes.
They cut the deal.
He's like,
they told me if I told
trapped.
you I told you this, I would be targeted. That they are all 3 safe. D doesn't care about any of you all. Like they're all protected. You're not.
So and should D have included in that contract and you cannot tell another player?
I don't think she can because you're not allowed to lie about powers in the game.
Okay. All right.
And that's why when she said, I made it safe to protect me, that's true. She just omitted the rest of it.
Also to other people. But but Yash right now, I think if Lala or Taylor or Barrett or Melody, if any of those 4 win HOH, he can be their consigliere easily. Easily. So I think you're right. He throws it to them. But then from the icon standpoint, he's still being loyal to them, right? I think they wouldn't target him either.
Sure.
They would just keep it.
If I want the most fun game to see what happens, it would either be great or it would crash and burn. I would like to see Barrett win HOH. And I would love to hear him find out not only did they screw him over and get rid of his number 1, but all 3 of them were safe. Indeed, did not include him in any deal for safety. He'd be done with her at that point.
I agree. Yeah.
So
he would cry, but he would
Yash. And you agreed, Jamie, Yash?
Yep.
And David, you said who?
I say Taylor.
You say Taylor.
I say Taylor because even though there was some stink on her early in the week and it looked like she might be the target, that was pretty quickly dispensed with, and really nobody was talking about her going home today except for the people who would have benefited from her going home, who were on the block against her.
I see, and I think no, but because I think she's going to have too many shots being still taken at her. In this game.
No, but I think she sees what's happening, and she's going to be the one who realizes we can't wait much longer. Well, the point of the matter is, the Icons comp beast can't be HOH next time. Devins is not a comp beast, and Angela certainly is not. Therefore, the likelihood is it won't be an icon.
Yeah, that is true. And I mean, here's the other thing for Taylor's side. Her number 1 ally is Lala.
Right.
So she could be safe.
So a Lala HOH could be essentially a Taylor HOH. It kind of was last time, but they misplayed it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have one more question, and sorry, Jamie, if I'm getting us off track. Well, I have one more quick question. Who is your pick for this stupid bullshit twist to take out that completely screws up the game? Again, my answer for this is if this twist takes out Yash, I don't know how the Icons don't win. I think the worst outcome of the twist is, the worst outcome. I'm not saying who you think it is, but who would be like worst? Last year, Rachel was the worst outcome of the White Lotus. And of course, this dumbass show.
Well, it was the worst. It was the worst outcome for the show for sure, for production.
But so who do you think is the worst outcome for this
Devins.
year?
Well, obviously Devins for ratings.
I think any of the Icons, honestly, for ratings, but Devon's the most, yes.
But Big Brother would love that because obviously they hate the Survivor players.
I mean,
well, they don't want them to win, but they love the ratings.
Yes, they do.
Okay, hear me out. You don't think that they want them to win a little bit? Like, do you understand? Like, that is like a bamboo shoot under Jeff Probst's fingers. Like, if a Survivor player went in and won Big Brother and the last asterisk behind their name is Big Brother winner.
Well, and the fact that now they've got the 2 Guinness Book of World Record things, that's going to drive
records,
Jeff
you guys.
nuts.
They got records tonight. Let's
wait before we do that. Just Bean asks an interesting question here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can D compete in the next HOH after this week, which does not have an HOH? I think this week will have an HOH. I don't think the twist.
No, they said there is no HOH.
Yes. There's
right,
no
but
HOH
the
twist
for the twist is not going to run all the way till Thursday.
No, the twist will be
over. The twist
over,
is going to be done Sunday.
And someone will be
then
done.
I think they crown an HOH and somebody goes on Thursday.
She will not be able to do that one. Right?
Yeah, I think that's right, Christy.
Because she's because she just was HOH.
If they allowed her to do that one, then I'm going to seriously consider joining the conspiracy theorists on TikTok.
Because theoretically, if there was no HOH, then she couldn't have. Then that was
Nobody
she still has to wait one more out. She'd have to wait another one, I think.
Okay, the devil's advocate of that is, if she was at risk, if she goes up at risk in this competition, the same as everybody else, why shouldn't she be able to compete in the next competition when she could have been eliminated through?
She already had one where she wasn't safe. Yeah.
That is an excellent question, and because the twist was just announced tonight, we don't know enough information, and the
because
feeds
they
are
won't
cut.
let us watch the live feeds. We'll never know. We'll never know what really happened and who said what. And
I hope she's not, because I'd like to see this other side. Maybe somebody finally get power and try to do something.
Sure.
Okay.
You know what would be a really messy week is if Melody got it.
God. Listen,
really
it's
so
interesting that you guys are very wanting the Icons to go now. You want the other side. And
I don't want them to go. I just want it to be a fight.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I don't want them to just steamroll. That's no fun.
If they don't go, if one of them doesn't go soon, it's a steamroll. It's over.
Yeah, the steamroll gets kind of boring, and then they don't get the credit. This is the thing too. They come in, they have gotten some advantages. Like, let's be honest. We can't pretend like they haven't. But they've got a few advantages, like right at the beginning.
And the one non-icon who gets a power gets the never have not power.
Right, right. So, I mean, having those things, and then they get to the end and it's just a steamroll and there's never a point where they really have to work around a challenge. Sure, they can win.
Because they worked around it so early when the numbers were vastly against them.
Oh, I absolutely. So, I believe that they've played a good game. I don't think that everything was handed to them. I just think that
but the first HOH was, and that was...
Yes, that was a hand.
But that was just to keep them safe.
They're not getting a lot of credit where credit is due, and they're not going to get any credit, even if they win, unless they do face a very clear challenge where the 3 of them are up on the block and they somehow manage to pull 2 of them out of danger at least. That clears their name in the Big Brother fandom a little bit for a legitimate win and not just a steamroll. Plus, I don't want to lose Devins. I enjoy how he plays the game. He sets up very interesting things. He talks to us on the cameras.
He may be better at Big Brother than Survivor.
Yeah,
he might be actually.
I don't know. At this point right now, I'd be fine with just about any person going home next week during this, except Devins.
As long as it's not Barrett, so I can still win.
No, I don't win this week, so I don't care. I just went.
There you go.
We have another
like
question in the chat. Is the jury phase going to start on Sunday? And I would say
Yes,
yes with that
Yes.
elimination.
Right. And
Yes.
so was Rachel, right? Wasn't she first jury person too? She was super
Yes.
pissed off because she was like,
Yes.
don't make me spend all summer away from my kids if I don't get to win.
Yeah,
And
it's
then she was first jury member. So
Oh,
yes,
that
this
sucked so much. I felt
White
so bad.
Lotus 3-day extravaganza is always first jury.
All right. So
No,
Bismo
being-
Funyuns asked
being
this week.
there's 9 people because 8 people, or no, 8, 9. There were 10s and
I think
nines.
it starts next week. So, okay, Bismo Funyuns asked this week someone is going to get Rachel, or says someone is going to get Rachel Riley out of the home.
Damn right.
I mean, they may very well be in a situation where they don't even like have a chance, but given that we're going to have 3 days of no feeds and that it's a twist we've never seen before, that could just be bunkus. But
that could be. I have a thought that last year we got to watch what happened with Rachel being gone, and it blew up before the episode ever aired.
We aren't going to let you see
it.
Pissed. I
And
think
now-
they learned their lesson. If Devins or D or somebody big goes home, they don't want people being like, well, now the game sucks or whatever. Like last year, do you remember when you heard Rachel Riley went out without being put on the block or having a vote against her?
Right.
Like there was an outcry.
That was stupid. Yeah.
Well, in fairness, she went out this year without a vote being put on her either.
Well, they brought her back for an
Jurassic
appearance fee and
vote.
said, sorry, Rachel. Sorry about last year.
Yeah,
Please come back.
Can I give you some good money? Give us a reason to give you some money, please.
We get to give us those acting
Kudos
chops.
to her for winning best phrase. I do think Floaters Grab a Live Fest is iconic as it
People
gets.
say it all the time.
Yeah.
It had to be that or Fruit Loop Dingus, right?
Yep. Yeah, I like Fruit Loop
that would be
Dingus.
the
I'm a fan
only
of that,
two.
too. Now, let's talk about that really quick. We got some great montages and flashbacks. Unfortunately, Brian missed a few of the first few that were on there because apparently in Kentucky football games are more important than Big Brother, even on Paramount Plus.
Yep.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty dumb, right? So
Very
we got to
dumb.
figure it out
Hulu
though,
had it.
so I was able to watch it, but just not the first
Not
few
here.
minutes. But we did get some great montages. It showed like a lot of the like fights that had happened, and I'm looking at that going like, oh, that could never happen today. Yep.
Okay.
Nope, they
Yeah.
would be out of the house.
They would. You know what I was thinking when I was watching it? They kept showing like they would like say the season on the screen as they were going. And there was like Jeff losing because he couldn't find the other clown shoe.
The clown shoe.
Yeah.
That was season
Well,
13.
it was a great moment.
That was season 13. And I was like, dude, that doesn't feel like that was very long ago.
I know. Yeah.
That was the thing that was blowing my mind.
Clown
was like,
shoe,
oh my gosh.
Technotronics.
And then when you see Julie, how much she really has changed.
Rockstar's daughter's birthday.
Okay. Yes.
Yep.
I can't believe he did it on her
Janelle
birthday.
got a lot of love.
We got to
She
see the
did.
red leotard. We got our unitard. We got to see Evil Dick. My husband goes, "Who's that?" Evil Dick.
Well, I gotta tell you, I have to actually apologize to Evil Dick because I thought Josh was the creator of the pen.
That's what I
Apparently
told
it
you.
was Evil
Dick was
Dick,
the
and
one
I had
who
forgotten
started
that.
it. Yeah, that was my argument with
A
you
move.
last week.
And now that it's been repeated twice,
It was Dick.
I think it's now free game.
But you know what? Okay, Dick might have been the originator of this taunting, right? But when Josh had it, it annoyed me when Josh did it, but he made it his own thing. And now Jason's done it, and
definitely
Jason's
did,
made it his own thing with the tea. It's
Outside of the house, even in his drag
if
show.
you are going
That's
to
it.
replicate somebody's work, you need to elevate it for it to
Yes,
be your
'cause
own.
You don't exactly copy it. You pay homage to it. Right?
Exactly.
I do love the clip of Brittany going, "What's his phone doing in the diary room?"
Yes, that was one of my favorite
That was
moments.
just beautiful.
Yes.
Just
And
a
then
great
Dan's
moment.
funeral getting like the best moment, and of course,
Oh,
And the
reveal that they were
cookout justifiably winning best.
that was
Alliance
great.
ever.
Yes, that was. They looked so gorgeous. Oh my gosh, they all had like matching colors going on. They outdressed Julie a lot.
You know what's amazing is they have a group chat and they're chatting daily in it.
Yeah, they did.
apparently.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Well,
I mean, it was like a big deal. The cookout was a big deal, guys. It was
As
pretty
somebody who didn't watch all those seasons, from what I've heard the house guests say as I've started to watch and hear what like the common lore is, I think like the voters pretty much got it right based on what the public consensus is of most of those categories.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I didn't have a problem with any of them. I thought they
Yeah, I
were
don't-
right on for a show that manages to screw up the easiest things sometimes.
It really
they got this pretty right. I thought the clips
I
they
agree.
picked were good. I thought they weren't too long, they weren't too short. I thought it was pretty well done.
Yeah, it was
Although
great that like
although I'm a little angry that Ian wasn't there, but
I know I was sad to not see Ian too. I'm with you. But listen,
but
Ian
if Jamie and I were the only two people in the country voting for favorite winner, Ian
it would have been
won.
Ian. Yeah. Ian was David and I's window into Big Brother world with each other because we were both before we even really knew each other. We were both
right, and I was
both
posting
Ian
on Facebook.
posts. So and everyone else is like, "What are these nerds talking about?" But here we are, all these years later, still talking about it. Now we have one more important thing to talk about before we go, and we got to talk about what Julie was wearing tonight, guys, because I just mentioned the cookout outdressed her for sure. But I kind of think she was looking super cute tonight.
She was.
Yes, super cute. But was that what you were expecting for the 1000th
Absolutely
episode?
not. I thought there
Right?
would be like a gown or something.
Yes. So I mean, she looked great, but I just felt like she got handed Guinness World Records. She got like it was a big. She got awards.
And then she's
she
like,
was
"Pick
giving
those
out
away."
awards. I can't believe she didn't wear a gown. It was her opportunity to not
really
be
flaunt
too
it.
much.
But she had this cute little like white, the long sleeve. It was like a summer dress type thing. Again, that's been the theme, you know.
But a much shorter hemline.
Yes, much shorter hemline, cute shoes, looked great with it. Her hair actually looked really cute. Not complaining about it once.
Oh, wasn't
tonight.
it great when she made fun of her season 1 hair?
Yeah.
Yes.
Except back then, no
it.
one
was
thought
fine.
she was a robot. She moved
I
different.
liked it. She
you
was
could see she
looser,
was like looser and a little bit more
herself,
approachable, maybe.
Yes, there you
warmer.
go. That might have
been
it.
I
she
thought
was on the
she
show
got
every episode then, wasn't she?
Yes.
I thought she guided Mallory through the interview in a good way tonight. Mallory, I was really worried about being bitter and upset, and
I
think she got that all out of her system before then.
But dude, she walked out and got a standing ovation from all
of
these Big Brother
right?
players.
That's a big deal.
Do you know who heard
were
that?
They all winners? Were they all winners, or were they just players?
No,
just
players.
players.
No,
Icons.
they were players.
Some winners.
Do you know who noted that big time? Angela
Devin.
Murray noted that.
Oh yeah,
she
did. Yep.
Yeah. And I guess what it was is that there was an open invite to basically all of the alum. It wasn't a specific list of top 50 or anything like that. It was an open invitation, and who could make it, first come, first serve.
Up to a certain number.
And some people like America and Corey, like Corey was invited, but like their Airbnb wasn't going to be paid for, and their plane tickets weren't going to be paid for. So I think Corey went and America didn't. So, you know.
But I will say, because I love Corey and I have to say it, he did tweet out after this twist was revealed and there was going to be 3 days of no feeds that he hates this stupid game. So I did love that. Okay, guys, that pretty much covers everything. 1,000 episodes of Big Brother. That is crazy to me that there's been that.
How many of them have we been podcasting? God, it's got to be 7, 8, 9 seasons, right? Half?
I think I think we started at like season 19 or 20, and Christy did a couple before us. So
yeah.
Well,
a handful, folks.
Before we go, I asked a trivia question that I asked Jamie the other day, and she was way wrong. So Jamie, don't give any clues.
No, I'm not. Okay.
So since this is the 1,000th episode, I'm going to take you guys back to the first season. Guess how many episodes of Big Brother appeared on CBS in its first season?
70.
It was quite high. How many?
No cheating, David.
Done.
Oh,
No, I didn't.
yeah,
Jamie
so-
said it 2 minutes ago.
I said it.
It's
I
at
said it a few minutes
12.
back. Yeah.
Oh, did you? I
Oh.
didn't hear
Yeah.
it.
Oh, was it 70?
Oh, okay. It's 70. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say it would be
Jamie
quite
said it.
high.
I would have had
Well,
no idea.
I think that it was perceived as me just taking a
Because
stab
it was
in the
on
dark. But
more nights a week, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Was it
but
four?
that instead of having like hour episodes, they split it up into like half-hour episodes, and it ran like 5 times a week apparently.
Dang.
And it would be like a half hour, half hour, hour, half hour, half hour.
Yes.
And
I don't
Yes.
remember watching it that much. I mean, I did watch the first season, but I don't remember it
Well,
being
to be
that.
fair, the players didn't really know quite what they were doing yet. There
True.
wasn't. It
Production
was not
didn't
the
know what
game
they
it
were
is.
doing.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, back then, and one of my favorite things that I still think that they should do, and my sister's a big proponent of it, is they need to have those food challenges where they earn their food for the week.
Oh yeah, I do miss that. Yeah.
That was a way to have another challenge, and this one was totally fine. And to see them get so excited when they got like, I don't know,
Something good.
stupid. We got, oh my God, we got chips and guacamole and whatever.
Yeah,
You'd be
remember
like,
they'd
they're
have like
so
punishment
excited.
food too. Like they'd have punishment food where like the have-nots could only eat. They could only eat the slop
plus
or that other thing,
These other things.
and it would be
Yeah.
like mackerel and peanut butter sandwiches.
Yep.
Saltines and sardines,
Yeah.
stuff like that. They'd make them like,
Something nasty. And then once in a while, there'd be like somebody who was like, "I love this."
yes.
They didn't live
Yeah.
long in the house after that happens, but
And they would be like threatening someone to go up to do the next thing, and they'd be like, "You better get that alcohol. You better get that up."
yeah, no booze
Better
runs,
get
guys.
the
No
wine.
booze runs this year. Do you know that? There's been no booze drops the entire season.
well,
Well,
after
with
what's
this
went
class,
on,
they're
I bet
probably
there won't
afraid of
be
it.
any.
Wasn't that Lala's wine night? Wasn't that the
No,
wine night?
no, they don't get booze drops. If they have an HOH, they can have wine in their basket from home or
Oh,
whatever.
okay.
But
Oh,
yep,
I see,
they're
I
not
see, I see.
getting. Nope,
And they don't have
no
to
booze.
share. It's
No
not
smoke,
Because
no
wasn't it
booze.
was limited last year too? Wasn't it like 2 beers each or something? It was really
Yeah, I mean,
nothing.
granted, given some of the ugliness that has come out in the last week, probably good that there was no
No, I
alcohol,
think it
but,
would have chilled them out a little bit, maybe.
some of them,
I
I
think-
think it would have.
And maybe
I think
maybe if
they're-
they gave it, maybe if they gave them the other,
I
then
think
they'd all be chill.
no, I think it
Throw
would
some
chill 'em out, too.
gummies in there. Everyone would be
Throw
fine.
a couple gummies, everyone would be like, dude,
It's California,
Think about
right?
it.
Can they can have
They're-
it's
gummies.
legal.
Their
David, are you
anxiety
talking
would
about a
never
little
go down.
tender happy care?
Little tender happy care. All right, guys. Well, if you have any feedback that you would like to throw our way, or you have any comments that you did not include in the chat, then you can send that feedback to tallythefeedback@yahoo.com, and we will read it next week. You found us here, either at Crazy Hanks or Tally the Votes YouTube channel, but you can also find us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts at the Jay and Jack Whole Enchilada Feed. And speaking of Jay and Jack, we'd like to give a special recognition to those Patreons who contribute at a certain level. And they are Eckhart Rickner, Joanne with the Plan, Maggie the Magnificent, and Ed the Creepy Poopy Head Mailman. If you would like to become a Patreon and get all of the extras over at Jay and Jack's Whole Enchilada Feed, then please go to patreon.com/Jay and Jack. And if you are a fan of the Vampire Lestat, stay tuned, because we're going to be doing a quick recap of AMC Plus One Night Only, the Vampire Lestat Live, following this recording. But if you're just a BB fan and that's what you're here for, we're going to be back here next Thursday. So thanks to all of you who have joined in the chat, and thanks to those who have hit like and subscribe. We love you for it, and we look forward to talking to you again next week. Until then, take care. Bye.
Shout out
Love
to
you, Mom
Megan
and Dad.
from Palm Beach
Shout out to
Gardens.
Barbersville,
Shout out
Chuck
to
E.
Mama
Cheese. Shout out to
Judy.
Portage,
Shout out
Trouble
to
and
Sister
Syrup.
Krista. Shout out to every serial
work,
killer in the world except Dan.
All the things, yeah.